Hello everyone, this is an M15 game stick plug and play. Now this game stick has about 15,000 plus games built in, a lot of retro games built in, from PlayStation to Nintendo to Atari to Game Boy games. There's so many games to choose from, and I'll show you a demo afterwards and show you the type of games there is. There's every old school games that you can think of in the past, from PlayStation games to PSP games to Nintendo 64 games, etc. Most of them are already built into this game stick. Now I'm just want to go through some features before I show you the demo. Now what you would get inside the box is two controllers here. You get the game stick here that has the micro SD memory card that has all the games built in. It comes with a micro USB cable that has to connect one side to this and the other side to the mains plug to operate. This has to also connect here to operate with these two controllers, and it also comes with a HDMI cable. Now this controller is lightweight, got that design of a PlayStation 5 controller. Analogs work perfectly. You got mode, start, select, R1, R1, R2, L1, L2 button. At the back here, it requires two AAA batteries to operate this controller, and you can play a lot of multiplayer games. HD image, so some of the games that have 4K HD images. Joystick, you can see 360 degrees joystick, 2.4 gigahertz wireless controllers, and like I said, you got 15,000 plus games. So stay tuned. Let me get this set up so I can show you the games that it has installed. Okay, so these are the games. There's about 20,000 plus games, and then you got arcade classics. You can see how many games underneath, and then you got Final Burn, Neo, Mame, Atari 2600, Atari 5200, Atari 7800. I got Lynx, Capcom 1, 2, and 3. And then you got PC Engine, Entertainment System, NES. You got Game Boy, Super Famicom, Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Sega Genesis, Sega Game Gear, Sega Mega Drive. I got Neo Geo Pocket and PlayStation. There are a few emulators missing, such as PSP, Nintendo 64, etc. However, it still has a few emulators. Depends on the type of game stick that you're buying, but these are the game sticks. You still got plenty of games to choose from. For example, if I go to Game Boy, and there's so many games, so I have to search, and one of the favorite games that's on Game Boy would be Pokemon. So let me just type in Poke, and let me go and search, and I'll show you that the fact that I got quite a few Pokemon games. So you can see you got Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Fire Red, you got Leaf Green, you got Ruby version, Sapphire version. So they got a few Pokemon games built in, and yeah, this is on a 65-inch TV. The quality is very good. Obviously, if you click on it, it's gonna come in that type of graphic, but it's still good on a 65-inch. Let me go back and let me show you one of the PlayStation games. I've always had a PlayStation. That was one of my first consoles. So there's no tech. There's a few games missing. There's quite a few games missing. However, it still does have a number of games. Okay, so there's Tekken here. Then you got Tekken 2 as well. It's also got a few other games. But let's try out Tekken 2. You got Street Fighter there, Xena. You got Crash Bandicoot for those who love Crash Bandicoot. One of my favorite. That one. You got Dragon Ball GT and Ridge Racer as well. So Tomb Raider as well. Okay, so let's try out Tekken and see how the game works. Now, the gameplay is pretty good. As you can see. Let's try it out. So I'm going to just try practice mode for the time being. Okay. and it works very smoothly. Okay, so if I just want to quit, I can just go back that way and then press, I think it's select, sorry. Okay, so I'm just going to show you another gameplay from a different emulator just to show you how it works, or at least the introduction. So what I'll do is I'm going to try out one of the Pokemon. Now obviously Pokemon does have a long intro, but at least I can show you that it actually works. Okay, so let's go on to go to Game Boy Color, and then let's try a Pokemon. It should have Pokemon Gold, hopefully, and Silver. So these are some of the games. I remember playing Pokemon Gold on Game Boy Color. Yep, it has it. So let's see if it works here. So it's a bit pixelated, but that is a Game Boy Color on a 65-inch TV. But it actually works. Okay, so this is just the intro, and you can see it worked perfectly. So it's a game stick that's very affordable with tons of games, retro game built in, and I do highly recommend it. So thank you for watching my video. Please do give a like and subscribe.